A quiet beach where only your footprints are in the sand and you can see the ocean go on forever. All you hear is the sound of water hitting the shore and leaves moving in the wind. This isn't just a holiday place, it's a special hideaway only for a select few. But who are these mysterious individuals who own pieces of paradise, and what drives them to invest in such extravagant seclusion? What hidden things are on these islands away from everyone else? Want to know more? Let's go on a trip to discover the secret world of islands owned by the old money. But before we begin, please make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Starting things off, we have one of the most secretive and luxurious places on Earth, Lanai, Hawaii. And no, this isn't just your typical Hawaiian vacation spot. This is a place where the super rich go to escape the world, and it's owned by none other than Larry Ellison, the tech billionaire. But what's really going on in this tropical paradise? First off, let's talk about how Ellison got his hands on this gem. In 2012, he bought Lanai for an estimated $300 million. But get this. The island was previously owned by Dole chairman David Murdoch, who was asking for a whopping $1 billion for it. Can you imagine? And before Murdoch, the island was controlled by the Pineapple King, James Dole. So what's the big deal about Lanai? Well, for starters, this 141 square mile island is like no other. It's 8 miles off the coast of Maui and has 0 traffic lights and only a few paved roads. Sounds like a dream, right? But wait, there's more. Ellison has grand plans to turn this secluded haven into a bustling tourist destination. He already has 2 Four Seasons run hotels, and the penthouse suite at one of them costs a jaw-dropping $21,000 per night. And if that's not enough to make your head spin, the island was also home to 2 golf courses when Ellison bought it. One of them, the Manili Golf Course, was the very spot where Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates got married. The other golf course, Koele, however, has been shut down. Why? To make way for an adventure park and zip line. But Ellison didn't just stop at hotels and adventure parks. He bought Island Air, a budget airline that ferries passengers to and from the island. Later, however, when the airline lost $21.78 million, he had to lay off about 20% of its workforce. Ellison sold a controlling interest in it. But Ellison has ambitions to go beyond tourism. He plans to create the first economically viable 100% green community. Thus, he launched a wellness company called Sensei, focusing on global food supply, nutrition, and sustainability. On the other hand, Sensei Ag, the agriculture side of the business, oversees 6 hydroponic greenhouses spanning 120,000 square feet. These greenhouses are powered by thousands of Tesla solar panels. Number 2. Dmitry Rybolovlev Skorpios Island, Greece. Next up is Skorpios Island in Greece, a paradise so luxurious it's almost mythical. The island, once a barren piece of land in the Ionian Sea, was transformed into a paradise by shipping tycoon Aristotle Onassis in the 1960s. He didn't just plant a few trees, he imported 200 different types of them. He didn't just bring in some sand, he brought it over from the island of Salamina. He even brought a mountain on another island just for the water supply. Talk about going all out. After Onassis' time, the island was somewhat forgotten, its grandeur fading away. The buildings that once hosted extravagant parties were left abandoned. But not for long. Enter Russian billionaire Dmitry Rybolovlev, who bought the island for a whopping $153 million. Now, here's where it gets juicy. Rybolovlev is not just giving the island a makeover, he's turning it into an ultra-luxury VIP resort. The renovation plan is nothing short of jaw-dropping. We're talking about a 5-star hotel, villas that would make a Hollywood star jealous, and a farm and vineyard that could be straight out of a fairy tale. And let's not forget the spa, where you can probably get massages from angels, and a sports complex that might as well have been designed by Olympian gods. This resort is not just for anyone, it's for the ultra-rich. How rich, you ask? Well, weekly rentals are expected to start at $1.2 million. Yes, you heard that right. A cool million to spend a week in paradise. But don't worry, it's not just about splurging money, it's about experiencing something that's out of this world. The island will also host conferences with UHNWIs, that's ultra high net worth individuals for those not in the know, in facilities of Davos-like standards. So what's the timeline? The project started in the early 2020s and is expected to be completed by 2024. Number 3. New Holland Island, St. Petersburg, Russia. At number 3 is New Holland Island, a man-made wonder and the only one of its kind in a city that comprises 42 islands. New Holland owes its existence to none other than Peter the Great. The Russian emperor had a vision, and that too a revolutionary which led to the creation of this unique island. The gardens seem to bloom earlier here, and even on the gloomiest days of November, the lawns remain a brilliant green. It's as if the island has its own microclimate, sheltered from the city's harsh realities by 18th century shipbuilding workshops and wide canals. But that's not all. The island has a magic of its own, a magic that starts with the simplest of things. Bike stands near the entrance where children's scooters are parked without locks, friendly concierge who offer to take your coat, and lawns so inviting that you want to kick off your shoes and feel the grass under your feet. It's a place where the usually reserved faces of St. Petersburg residents open up, revealing a different side of the city's populace. They're not here to show off or party hard, they're here to enjoy life. And that's the allure of New Holland Island. It makes you forget the world outside and focus on the present moment. The island's history is as fascinating as its present. Unlike most buildings of its time, the main warehouse's facade was never plastered and left bare bricked. An arc of magnificent proportions only connected the exterior facing columns, leaving the remaining columns freestanding. And its most distinguishing building is peculiarly shaped, a sort of hollowed-out cylinder. Why, you ask? The answer lies in the island's original purpose. It was built to provide fire-safe storage for the Navy's timber, crucial for the young city's security, and it was heavily influenced by the Dutch, thanks to Peter the Great's stint in a Dutch shipyard. But the island's development didn't stop there. Under Catherine the Great, the wooden warehouses were replaced with brick structures, leaving the island a new lease on life. Today, the island serves as a hub for cultural activities, from watching art films under the stars and making flower crowns in the Wild Herb Garden, to taking part in Russian ethnic traditions during the March Blini festival. The island offers a plethora of activities for visitors. But the best part? Morning yoga classes on the island's lawns during the white nights, when the sun rises as early as 3:30 a.m. And guess what? They're free! Number 4. John C. Malone's Sampson Cay, the Bahamas. Just think for a moment that you're John C. Malone, a media titan with more land to your name than anyone else in America, but you're not content with just any real estate. You've got your eyes set on something far more exclusive. You buy Sampson Cay, a 31-acre slice of heaven in the Bahamas. Now understand that Sampson Cay isn't just a dot on the map, it's a part of the Exuma chain, a string of islands that's basically the VIP section of the Caribbean. We're talking crystal clear waters, marine life that would make even a National Geographic photographer's jaw drop. But then you close the resort, shut down the marina, and basically turn the island into a no-go zone. What gives? Here's where it gets juicy. The Exuma chain is famous for its blue holes, underwater caves that are a diver's dream. Could it be that Malone, the man who owns more than 2 million acres of land in the US, is after something that's not on land at all? Is he searching for underwater treasure, or maybe even a secret underwater lair? The mind boggles at the possibilities, but let's not forget the simplest explanation: privacy. In a world where billionaires are constantly under scrutiny, an island like Sampson Cay offers an escape that money can't buy. A place where Malone can be away from the prying eyes of the media, away from the chaos of the modern world. But is it just about privacy, or is there a twist in the tale? As the sun sets over the crystal clear waters of Sampson Cay, the island remains an enigma. Whether it's a secret project, a hidden treasure, or just a billionaire's sanctuary, the mystery deepens with each passing day. And until Malone decides to lift the veil, all we can do is speculate and wait for the big reveal. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing and sharing so we can keep bringing more content like this. See you next time.